And the guy I was walking with says, why don't I just beat your ass and take it?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello everybody, Harvey Talks Prison here. I want to talk about Bowling Green. When I first got there, it was right after September 11th, 2001, about a month after, not even quite a month. I get there, my friend Kevin's already there, and they happened to put us in the same housing unit, so it wasn't long that we became cellies again. But Bowling Green was set up different than any other level 4 I've been in. I got dropped from a 5 to a 4. I'd been in Farmington and all others. This one was different. You had the keys to your own cell. Now, they say it would cost $100 if you lost your key, because they have to replace not only yours, but your cellie's key in the lock. That's what they claim. I don't think that costs $100 myself. But anyway, I was out in the yard one day, and there was this guy walking along, and I recognized him from Missouri State Penitentiary, the walls, you know. But I didn't say anything to him at first, but he walked over to me. He goes, "Hey man, did I know you inside?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "We didn't talk much, but we knew one another." So we get to walking and talking, and he says, "I'm looking for my key. I lost my key." And so we're retracing the route that everywhere he'd been, and we wasn't finding it. And this young guy comes up to him and says, "Hey man, is this your key?" And he goes, "Yeah, I think it is. I lost one." He goes, "Well, I'll sell it back to you for $60. And the guy I was walking with says, "Why don't I just beat your ass and take it?" He goes, "Oh man, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing." But they try to get that off at that prison. You know, they try to sell your key back, and some people go for it. You know, but it's all a scam. You know, he probably even stole the key. Who knows? Or he saw it fall off of him and decided to take advantage of the situation, and it backfired on him. But one of the things about these keys that I did not like, and the people I started messing with, Kevin didn't like it either, is they sold these lanyards in the canteen, so you can hang your key around your neck so you won't lose it. And I used to tell people, don't do that. That is dangerous. That's a weapon. You know, you get into it with somebody, you got this hanging around your neck, could be all rope for you. The same way, and this is where I first started seeing this at, was Bowling Green. People walking around in the wing in their shower shoes. Flip-flops, what you want to call them. We call them shower shoes in prison. And I'd tell them, don't be doing that. You know? And one day, a guy gets into it with another guy. And before long, he had one shower shoe on, one off. But he was doing pretty good. But he kicked the other one, the last one off, and he lost. If you ask me, he lost. But he probably would have done much better if he'd had his shoes on or his boots on, state boots on. I'm not saying he would have won, but he would have done better. But it's things like this, you know, you don't walk around in the wing in your shower shoes, you know. And some people even wear their boots all the way to the showers. And they have a friend of theirs waiting by the shower while they shower as a guard. I've done that a few times myself at Missouri State Penitentiary, where it was real bad, and South Central Correctional Center. But these are the kind of things that you got to be careful what you're doing. Now, when I get there, Kevin's telling me about a guy we knew at. He's telling us about a guy we knew at the walls. I ain't gonna say his name, but I should. This is a solid dude, and well, at the walls he was. At Farmington, he started changing a little bit, but it wasn't real bad, you know. He was just like jeffing and running errands for the caseworkers and stuff. It was getting kind of out of hand. But when I get to Bowling Green, Kevin, my buddy, says, "Hey, he's here." He told me his, who it was, and I said, "Oh yeah." And I said, "I haven't seen him in a while. I'm going to talk to him, see if he got off of that butt kissing thing." He goes, "No, it's worse. He's snitching." I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "He's a barber here." And I said, "Well, I need a haircut anyway." So I went up there and told him I wanted him to cut my hair. He's cutting my hair. And I said, "Hey, Sonny, when you get off of work?" He says, "I'll be off in another 30 minutes. I said, "I want to talk to you." He goes, "Kevin must have already said something to you." I said, "We'll just talk later, man. This is not the place to be talking." So I go out in the yard and hear a little bit. Here he comes out here. And we get to walking. I said, "Man, I hear you're snitch." He goes, "Harvey, you and I both have life sentences." He goes, "The only way we're going to make it out here is working with the man." I could not believe that came out of his mouth. To this day, I can't believe it. Kevin was his best man at his wedding that he had in prison. I said, "That's not going to get you out of prison. You can do all that you want. That's not going to, sucking up to him, telling and all this, that's not going to get you out of prison." And he goes, "Oh, I'm taking programs and stuff too, but I'm trying to do everything to get out of here." And I don't know if it helped or not, but I do think I got out before he did. If I remember correct, I'll have to ask Kevin about this. Another story that happened there was there was this guy in a wheelchair. At first, I didn't hang around him. I'm thinking, what kind of crime could he have committed? And I could only come up with one, with him being in a wheelchair. Well, come to find out, he was in a wheelchair because his legs were useless because he got shot by the cops. I saw his paperwork. I know this to be a fact. But anyway, I was out in the yard one day, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "Can you push me around the track?" And I said, "Yeah." No, this took place at Potosi right before I got to Bowling Green. I'll go ahead and tell it. So I said, "Yeah," and I go pushing him around the track, and he said, it was a new track, and he says, "Go faster." So I start pushing him faster and faster, and there was a ball game going on, a softball game going on. He goes, "Hey, I want to go out there and see if there's anybody." See if he named a couple people that he was friends with. I said, "All right." So I go push him off of this track. We did not know there was like a ditch, and out he flew like Superman, without legs. And he hit the ground, and there was another guy over a little ways. He started laughing. I was worried that he got hurt. I went over there and grabbed hold of him and said, "You all right?" And he's laughing. I guess it's okay to laugh now. But I said, "You sure you're not hurt?" Put him back in the chair and took him on over there. But that was my own fault. You know, even though he was telling me to go fast, I should have knew it was like a drop off. But I told this in another story, in another video, where my level, because South Central Correctional Center, they was told to get the 3s out there, put 4s and 5s in there, and do it quickly, or they was going to be in trouble. So what they done is that Bowling Green, I don't know if they did any other prisons or not, anybody who had been there less than 2 years, they automatically raised their custody level. Now, if I done something wrong, I don't mind I raise my custody level. I'm in the wrong. But I had done nothing wrong, and hundreds of others hadn't either. It sent us down to South Central Correctional Center. Well, why didn't they just raise everybody's level that was there, Instead of moving everybody around all over the map. Either way, it worked out the best because that was only 25 miles from home. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. I thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.